Welcome, everyone. If you're here today, you're probably one of these three people. You want to speak English fluently but don't know where to start. You've tried for months or even years, but nothing worked. Or maybe you're just tired. Tired of feeling stuck. Tired of watching others move ahead while you sit silently, holding yourself back. If that's you, I understand. And I promise you this is not just another watch movies and read books kind of English video. This is different. This is the video I wish someone gave me when I had nothing. No teacher, no confidence, no one around me who spoke English. Just fear, doubt, and a painful dream to one day speak fluently. So today, I'm not here as a coach. I'm not here to impress you with fancy grammar rules. I'm here as a friend, as someone who knows how lost you feel right now, and wants to walk beside you through every step. This video is called, How I Would Learn English If I Started from Zero Today. Because sometimes that's what we need. Not another tip, but a real plan. A fresh start. A new beginning. You see, millions of people are learning English the wrong way and giving up because it's too hard, too boring, too slow. But the truth is, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a native teacher. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. What you need is the right mindset, the right daily system, and a step-by-step way that actually works in real life, even if you're completely starting from zero. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I would learn English if I had to begin today. If I had no support, no money, no confidence, not even a single word in my mouth. This is not theory. This is not shortcuts. This is real. I'll share everything. How to think, what to say, how to build your fluency, even if you're just talking to yourself in a dark room. I'll give you examples, words, sentences, systems, and I will keep everything simple and clear, so even if you are a complete beginner, you will understand every single step. If you truly listen, if you truly follow this, it won't just improve your English, it will change your life. So sit down, breathe. This is your moment, and let's begin. Step 1. Fix your identity first. Not your English. Let me ask you a serious question. What is the first thing you say when someone asks about your English? Do you say, "My English is bad. I'm trying, but I can't speak well. I'm not confident"? If that's what you've been saying, then please listen to this carefully. Because this is where 99% of people fail before they even begin. Why this step matters more than any grammar lesson. Fluency doesn't begin with words. It begins with how you see yourself. Right now, you may think you are someone who is bad at English, but that belief is the invisible chain holding you back. If you believe you're bad, your brain will protect that belief. You'll stay quiet. You'll avoid conversations. You'll panic when someone speaks fast. Not because your English is terrible, but because your identity says, "I'm the kind of person who struggles with English." So your mouth stays closed, your confidence disappears, and your progress dies. Silently. Let's say there's a girl named Rachel. She's from a small town. She never went to an English medium school. Every time someone asks her to speak English, she laughs nervously and says, No, I can't. My English is poor." Now, is she right? No. She has watched English videos. She understands a little. She has a good heart. But she has trained herself to identify as someone who can't speak. So even when she knows the right words, she stays silent, Even when she gets a chance, she runs away. Even when someone wants to help her, she blocks it. All because her identity is broken. Now imagine if we change just one thing. Instead of saying, "My English is bad," she says, "I'm learning English right now. I'm not fluent yet, but I'm getting better every day. I'm not perfect, but I'm improving." That one shift in identity, from weak to growing, opens a new door in the mind. She's no longer scared. She's no longer ashamed. She's becoming something better. And that changes everything. Your daily practice. From day one, I want you to take a notebook or your phone and write down these 3 identity statements. Say them out loud every morning before you study English. 1. I am learning English every day. 2. I am becoming confident even if I'm not fluent yet. 3. Every mistake I make is proof that I'm improving. Why? Because the brain listens to what you say. If you keep telling yourself, "I'm terrible," your brain will make you freeze. But if you say, "I'm learning," your brain will support your growth. Your goal for step 1. Don't try to master English grammar on day 1. Master your mindset. You are not someone who is bad at English. You are someone who is learning English. And that identity alone will give you the courage to try, the power to speak, and the strength to stay consistent. This is step 1. It's not fancy. It's not complicated. But it's the foundation of your fluency. Step 2. Build a real-world vocabulary system. Not a random word list. Let's get something very clear today. Vocabulary is not just about learning new words. It's about creating a real connection between your daily life and the English language. If you don't do this right, you will end up like millions of learners who say, "I know many English words, but I still can't speak." That's because they're collecting words, not connecting them. They memorize 10 new words from a dictionary. They study word lists from books or apps. But when it's time to speak, their brain freezes. Why? Because those words have no connection to their life. They are not part of a system. They are floating in the air, with no gravity, no use, no feeling. That's why step 2 is about building a real, repeatable, life-based vocabulary system that gives you words that matter, words you remember, words you actually use. And it's not difficult. You just need the right structure. And I'm going to give it to you now. You don't need 5,000 words. You need 200 to 300 words you actually use, and use well. Here's how to build that kind of vocabulary. Step by step. Choose only useful daily life words. Let's say today, you're going to focus on your morning routine. Instead of picking random words like astronomy, dilemma, or coincidence, you pick words that you actually use in your real life. Example words for morning: wake up, alarm, brush, toothpaste, mirror, water, towel, shower, breakfast, tea, milk, bread, shirt, comb, bag, wallet, keys, shoes, lock, leave. That's it. These are your 20 words for today. You don't need more. You need connection. Now you begin to bring these words into your speaking. And that's where the real transformation starts. Make 5 real sentences for each word. Now you take your 20 words and do this. For each word, speak 5 different sentences that connect with your real life. Let's take just one word: mirror. Don't just say, "This is a mirror." Say, "I looked in the mirror this morning." I always speak to myself in the mirror to practice English. There is a crack in the mirror near my bathroom. I clean my mirror every Sunday. My mother tells me, never break a mirror. Now look what just happened. You didn't just learn the word, you made it part of your story. And when something becomes part of your story, your brain keeps it. Do this with all 20 words. You now have 100 real sentences in your voice in one day. Repeat this system for just 30 days, and you will have 600 life-related words, 3,000 sentences connected to your personal experiences, and most importantly, the power to speak about your own life without translation. Say all sentences out loud. Twice. This step is where most people get lazy. They write sentences, they read silently. But your brain does not learn to speak by reading. Your brain learns to speak by hearing your own voice. So once you write or think of your 5 sentences per word, you must speak them out loud, not once, twice, minimum. This does 2 things. 1. It trains your tongue to move with the English sounds. 2. It builds mouth memory, so your words become smoother every day. If you do this consistently, you will start to see something magical. You will begin to speak in English without fear, without translation, without hesitation. Not because you're fluent, but because you're becoming connected to the words that live in your daily life. Use personal anchoring, the secret to never forgetting words. Here's a powerful technique no one teaches. It's called anchoring a word with your real memory. Let's say your word is alarm. Now don't just learn the word. Anchor it. Ask yourself, what is my alarm sound? Who wakes me up? What time does it ring? What do I do when I hear it? Now say, my alarm rings at 6:30 a.m. every day. I sometimes get angry at my alarm, but I know it helps me. My father used to wake me up before I had an alarm. See what's happening? You are linking the word to your own life story. Once you do this, your memory becomes emotional, not just mechanical. And emotional memory is 10 times stronger than textbook memory. You will never forget alarm again, because now it's part of your life experience. Let's take a student named Carlos. Carlos works in a restaurant. He's trying to learn English, but he always forgets the words. We teach him this system. He chooses 20 words from his work life. Menu, waiter, table, order, spoon, napkin, bill, tips, reservation, clean, knife, chair dish, tray, customer, juice, tea, busy, smile, receipt. He makes 5 real-life sentences for each. He says them all out loud, twice. He anchors each word to his daily experience. Now, after 10 days, Carlos knows 200 words from his own world. He doesn't just understand them. He can speak about them, confidently, smoothly. That's the power of a real word vocabulary system. That's how you go from silent to spoken, step by step. Every time you do this, write your 20 words in a 3-column notebook like this. New word sentence example connected memory. Alarm. My alarm rings at 6:30. I hit snooze 3 times today. Mirror, I looked in the mirror. I saw my tired eyes before work. Comb, I combed my hair. My dad used to comb mine when I was a child. This becomes your personal dictionary, not a dry list, but a storybook of your life in English. Read it every Sunday and see how your story grows. You are not here to collect words like coins in a video game. You are here to build a relationship with the English language, using your own life. So stop memorizing. Start connecting. Because when English becomes part of your real world, your words become real. And when your words become real, you begin to speak. Not with fear, but with freedom. Step 3. Master real-life sentence structures. so you can speak without panic. Let's start with a question that millions of learners silently ask every day. I know some English words, but when I try to speak, I freeze. I don't know how to start the sentence. My brain goes blank. Why does this happen? Here's the truth. You don't need more words. You need strong sentence muscles. Words are just tools, but sentences are the vehicle. You can know 1,000 words, but if you don't know how to place them together in real-life situations, then your English stays locked inside you. It's like having all the ingredients for a meal, but no idea how to cook them. Step 3 is about changing that. Forever. I will give you a complete sentence-building system that teaches your brain how to speak in patterns, how to build fluency with repetition, how to create hundreds of real sentences. Even if your vocabulary is small, this system is so powerful that within 7 days of using it, you'll start feeling confident saying things you've been afraid to say for years. Let's begin. The 4-stage sentence building system for fluency. Stage 1. Master the I sentences, your personal base. Before you talk about anyone else, before you ask questions, you must learn to speak about yourself. That's because the most used word in English, especially when speaking, is I wake up, I like tea, I am tired, I will call him, I don't understand. These are the core muscles of fluency. They're not academic, they're practical. They allow you to express your feelings, actions, needs, and thoughts. And when you say them every day, you stop translating, you start flowing. Every day, say 10 new sentences that start with I. But here's the key. Make them real, make them personal. Not, I like pizza, I wake up at 7, but I always drink black coffee before I speak to anyone. I feel nervous when someone talks fast in English. I am trying to speak even if I make mistakes. These are not sentences. They are your truth. And your truth builds fluency. Stage 2. Build he, she, they, we. Sentences. Talk about others. Once you build comfort talking about yourself, now you start learning to speak about people in your life. Why? Because most conversations are about other people. You might say, my brother lives in Dubai. She doesn't eat meat. They are working late tonight. We always watch a movie on Sunday. You're now building fluency in storytelling. This makes your English active, social, and alive. And the beauty is, you're not memorizing anything. You're just speaking about what's already real in your life. Stage 3. Practice question-answer. Patterns. Now we go deeper. If fluency was a muscle, question-answer. Speaking is the gym. Here's the mistake most learners make. They focus only on statements, not questions. But real English conversations are full of questions. Where do you live? What do you do on weekends? How are you feeling today? What's your biggest dream? Have you eaten yet? Why didn't you call me yesterday? If you can understand and answer these naturally, you're ready to survive in real conversation. Stand in front of a mirror. Ask yourself a question out loud, like, what did you eat this morning? Now answer it, like a real conversation. I had 2 slices of toast with peanut butter and a banana. Then continue. I usually eat something light because I don't like feeling heavy in the morning. Yesterday, I had oatmeal. What are you doing here? You're practicing thinking in English. You're building sentence chains. You're training your brain to speak without fear. Do this for 10 minutes every morning. Ask, answer, expand. This builds the natural rhythm of real-world speaking. Stage 4. Use sentence stretching to grow your fluency fast. Here's a trick very few people know. Let's say you know how to say, I went to the park. That's okay, but it's basic. Now we stretch it. I went to the park yesterday evening after work. I went to the park because I wanted some fresh air and silence. I went to the park with my cousin and we walked for 30 minutes. This is called sentence stretching. It teaches your brain to expand ideas without translating. Now let's try one together. Basic. I watched a movie. Stretch it. I watched a movie last night after dinner. I watched a movie that my friend recommended. I watched a movie in English, and I tried to understand without subtitles. Do you see the growth? From just one idea, you create a mini story. Do this every day with 3 basic sentences. Stretch them until your ideas feel full. In 30 days, your English won't just be correct. It will be confident. This step is not about showing off. It's not about sounding advanced. It's about building the ability to say what you actually want to say. Without fear, without panic, without translation. You don't need 10 years of English school. You need 30 days of real sentence practice using your own life. Because at the end of the day, fluency is not about how much you know. It's about how much you can express. Clearly, honestly, confidently. And this step, it gives you that power. Step 4. Activate the listening loop. Train your brain to absorb English without stress. Let me start with a common and painful truth. Most English learners say this line again and again. I don't understand native speakers. They speak too fast. I listen, but nothing enters my brain. So they stop listening. They give up. They wait until their grammar is perfect. They wait until their vocabulary is strong. They wait until they're ready. And in that waiting, they lose the very skill they need most: listening comprehension. But here's the truth. You don't learn to listen by understanding. You learn to understand by listening. Let me explain with a powerful example. There was a child who moved to a new country. She didn't speak the local language. She sat in class every day hearing sounds that meant nothing to her. No subtitles, no dictionary, no explanations. But she had no choice. She kept hearing those sounds, those words, those voices, every single day. She cried. She felt stupid. She wanted to go home. But guess what happened? After 3 months, she understood the jokes. She started answering the teacher. She began speaking. Not because someone explained grammar, not because she memorized word lists, but because her brain had been trained through repeated exposure. Her brain had entered a loop, a listening loop. And this loop is the secret weapon of fluency. Let's now break it down and show you how to build it, starting today, even if you're completely lost. The listening loop is a daily practice where you choose one real, natural English audio, not made for learners. Listen to it multiple times, over and over. Focus not on understanding every word, but on rhythm, tone, emotion, and sound. Repeat it daily, until your brain begins to recognize patterns, phrases, and meaning. You're not studying. You're not translating. You're training your brain to recognize and absorb the music of English. Let me now give you the full blueprint. The complete listening loop method. Choose your voice. One person, one style, one clip. Don't listen to 10 random videos. Choose one short audio clip, 1 to 3 minutes, from someone who speaks clearly and naturally. It could be a motivational speaker, a podcast host, a YouTube video in English, a story, a short speech, even a powerful scene from a movie. But here's the rule. It must be real English, not made for students. You don't need slow baby English. You need the real sound of the language you want to speak. Choose one voice and stick to it for the next 7 days. Listen without looking. First round is pure sound. The first time you listen, do not look at subtitles. Do not try to understand every word. Do not pause, just listen. Like music. Let your brain absorb the rhythm, the speed, the emotions, the ups and downs of the speaker. Even if you understand only 5%, it's okay. You are building the most powerful part of fluency. Your brain's ability to receive language without panic. Listen again, 3 to 5 times every day. Now repeat that same clip, 3 to 5 times every day for 7 days. Not different videos, the same one. Each time, your brain will catch something new. The way going to sounds like gonna. The way I don't know becomes I don't know. The way some words are stressed. The way feelings are expressed through tone, not just words. This is real learning. Not with books, but with sound. Not with pressure, but with presence. Shadow the voice. Speak along with the speaker. Now comes the game-changing move. After 2 or 3 listens, play the audio again. But this time, speak with it. It's called shadowing. You listen and speak at the same time, like an echo. Don't worry if you get every word wrong. You are training. Your tongue to move in rhythm. Your mouth to follow native sounds. Your confidence to keep speaking, even when uncertain. This step is not about perfection. It's about activation. You are not just listening. You are joining the voice. You are entering the language. Review with subtitles. Only after shadowing. Once you've shadowed the audio a few times, now you can check the subtitles. Not before. Because now, when you read the words, you will recognize them, not as letters, but as sounds. And that connection is what changes everything. You will say, "Oh, that's what they were saying. Now I can hear the sentence clearly. I didn't know it was, would you like to? I thought it was one word." That realization is where clarity begins. Let's say a learner named Mateo finds a 2-minute motivational English speech on YouTube. He listens once. He understands maybe 10 words. He repeats it 5 times every day for 7 days. He doesn't pause. He doesn't stress. By day 4, he's catching whole phrases. By day 6, he's shadowing the voice. By day 7, he feels like he knows that speaker personally. He can now say full phrases like, "You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try." Discipline is the bridge between goals and success. It's okay to feel scared. Do it anyway. Mateo didn't memorize these. He absorbed them, and now they belong to him. That's the listening loop, and it works every single time. Every week, create a listening wall in your notebook. Draw a box and write the name of the clip, speaker's name, link, if digital, 3 to 5 phrases you absorbed, how it made you feel, what you shadowed. This becomes your personal listening library. After 1 month, you'll have 4 voices. After 2 months, you'll have 8 styles, and with each, your brain becomes stronger, sharper, smoother, not from pressure, but from powerful repetition. If you want to speak English, you must learn to hear English, not just see it. Fluency does not begin when you understand every word. It begins when you are brave enough to keep listening, even when you understand nothing, because slowly, silently, your brain will begin to connect. It will catch the rhythm. It will match the sound. It will speak. The listening loop is not a trick. It's not a shortcut. It is a deep practice of immersion, connection, and transformation. If you do this daily, your ears will no longer fear English. Your mouth will no longer freeze, and your confidence will no longer hide. You will begin to speak. Because now, your brain knows the sound of English as music, not noise. And when English becomes music in your mind, fluency becomes your dance. Step 5. The daily self-talk system. Speak English without needing anyone. Let's face a hard truth. Many learners think they cannot practice speaking because they have no one to talk to. They say things like, "I live in a non-English speaking country. My friends don't speak English. I don't have money for classes. No one around me wants to practice." And because they have no partner, they stay silent. They study. They read. They listen. But they never speak. And that's the reason they never improve. Because fluency is not built by watching. It is built by speaking. Every single day. And the most powerful tool to practice speaking, even when you are completely alone, is this: the self-talk system. A method where you practice speaking English with yourself, to yourself, about your real life, in a natural, fearless, and consistent way. This method does not need internet. It does not need a friend. It does not need a teacher. It only needs you, your thoughts, your voice, your effort. Now let's go deep. Your brain already thinks in language, every second of the day. When you wake up, you're thinking. When you walk, you're thinking. When you cook, clean, travel, work, you are talking to yourself in your native language. But here's the secret. If you can redirect that internal voice into English, you will train your brain to think and speak fluently, even when no one is watching. This is not a gimmick. This is how your brain learns to trust a new language, not by reading about it, but by living in it. Let me now show you the full method. Every day, you will divide your routine into 5 natural scenes. For each scene, you will talk to yourself in English, aloud or in a whisper, using simple, honest, daily sentences. Let me break it down with full examples. Scene 1. Morning wake-up. As soon as you open your eyes, start talking. Say what you're doing. I'm waking up now. It's still dark outside. I feel sleepy. I think I slept around 1 a.m. My back hurts a little. I should stretch. I don't want to get up, but I have a lot to do today. You're not trying to speak perfectly. You're just describing your thoughts, your body, your emotions in English. Even 1 minute of this activates fluency. Scene 2. Getting ready. Bathroom breakfast. While brushing your teeth, taking a shower, or preparing your breakfast, keep talking to yourself. Speak what you do. I'm brushing my teeth now. The water is cold. I usually shower at night, but today I need it in the morning. I'm making black tea today, no milk. The bread is fresh. I bought it yesterday evening. You are building the habit of thinking in English, in real time. This is what creates natural fluency. Scene 3. Travel, work, daily tasks. Whether you're going to school, doing chores, or working, speak in your head or whisper, "I'm waiting for the bus. It's late again. I forgot my water bottle. I feel stupid. I'm reading a report. It's a bit boring. There's too much noise. I can't concentrate." Again, no grammar books, no pressure, just honest English. Real situations. Scene 4. Evening reflection. When the day ends, speak to yourself about what happened. This builds emotional fluency. Today was stressful. I didn't finish my tasks. I had a nice talk with my cousin. She's getting better at English. I wasted time scrolling social media. I need to fix this habit. Dinner was okay. I feel a little tired now. Speak your truth. Don't worry about long words. Just let your heart speak in English. Scene 5. Night Self. Motivation. Before sleeping, give yourself a 60-second English pep talk. This builds confidence. Say things like, "I'm proud that I spoke English today, even if I made mistakes. I'm not fluent yet, but I'm growing. I will improve. I am committed. I am becoming a confident English speaker, day by day." This is more than speaking. It is mind training. You are changing your identity. You are becoming the kind of person who thinks in English, talks in English, lives in English. And this identity is unstoppable. To make this work, don't just do it once. Follow these 6 golden rules. 1. Speak every day. Even for 5 minutes, fluency is a daily fire. It dies without oxygen. Self-talk keeps it alive. 2. Keep it real, not perfect. Say what you really feel. Don't try to sound smart. 3. Use simple sentences. I am tired is better than fatigue is affecting my mental processing. 4. Add emotion. Say what you feel, not just what you do. I miss my friend. I feel lonely. I am excited for tomorrow. 5. Use a mirror, optional. Looking at yourself while speaking builds confidence and removes shame. 6. Record yourself once a week, just for 1 to 2 minutes. No one needs to hear it. But when you listen to yourself, you will see your progress. Let's say you're home alone. You don't feel like talking about your day. No problem. Talk to your environment. Example. This chair is old. It squeaks every time I sit. This window hasn't been cleaned in weeks. My bookshelf is full of books I haven't read. That plant in the corner looks tired, just like me. You are creating sentences from observation. This trains you to describe anything, anytime. It becomes a game, and games build mastery. If you truly want to speak English, you cannot wait for someone to practice with you. You cannot depend on a partner. You cannot wait for the perfect opportunity. You must speak, now today, with yourself, because the real conversation begins in your own mind. And when your mind becomes fluent, your mouth will follow. Your confidence will grow. Your fear will die. The self-talk system is not just practice. It is a revolution. It turns your empty silence into powerful preparation. You will not be alone anymore, because you will become your own best English partner. Step 6. Break the fear of mistakes, or you'll never speak confidently. Let me begin this step with a simple, painful truth. Most people don't fail at English because of grammar. They fail because of shame. They've been told, "Your pronunciation is wrong." That's not how you say it. You sound funny. You don't know basic things. You made a mistake again? Why do you speak like that? And after hearing this enough times, they start believing a lie. I'm not good at English. I'll never speak fluently. I should stay silent. But let me ask you something. What if I told you that your mistakes are not your enemy? That your mistakes are your fuel? That your mistakes are the only bridge to fluency? Because here's the truth. Fluency is not the absence of mistakes. Fluency is the ability to move forward despite them. Let me now show you exactly how to destroy the fear of mistakes and speak with confidence, clarity, and freedom, even when you're still learning. Every fluent speaker, including native speakers, makes mistakes. Right now, in business meetings, on stages, in interviews, people who speak English every day are still forgetting words, correcting themselves, saying and changing sentences halfway, misusing grammar. But they keep going. They don't freeze. They don't feel ashamed. Because they know one thing. Speaking is not about perfection. It's about connection. If someone understands you, you've succeeded. Even if the sentence wasn't perfect, even if the tense was wrong, even if your accent was different, the goal is communication, not accuracy. This mindset is what sets fluent people apart. Most learners carry a heavy wall of fear inside them. Let's call it the wall of shame. This wall was built over time. A teacher laughed at their mistake. A classmate mocked their pronunciation. A family member corrected them in public. A stranger looked confused when they spoke. Every small moment added one brick to that wall. And now, when it's time to speak, that wall stands tall and says, "Don't speak, don't try, you'll embarrass yourself again." But here's the problem. As long as that wall stands, your English will remain trapped inside you. No vocabulary list can break it. No grammar book can break it. Only courage can. Let me now show you how to build that courage, one step at a time. Change your internal reaction to mistakes. When you make a mistake, most people say, "I'm so stupid." "I knew it. I can't speak." "I shouldn't have tried." This is poison. Instead, train yourself to say, "That's one more mistake I'll never make again. Now I know what needs fixing. I'm proud of myself for trying." This is not fake positivity. This is reality. Every mistake shows you where to grow next. It's a light, not a failure. Say this to yourself every time you mess up. "I'm not failing. I'm learning at full speed." Use the correction shadow technique. Whenever you realize you've made a mistake, do this immediately. Say the wrong sentence again to acknowledge it. Then say the corrected version out loud. Slowly, clearly, confidently. Repeat the corrected version 3 times. Example: "I didn't went to the market yesterday." "I didn't go to the market yesterday." "I didn't go to the market yesterday." "I didn't go to the market yesterday." You are now creating mouth memory, so your correction becomes permanent. And more importantly, you just turned a mistake into a moment of growth. Practice safe error speaking. Daily. Every day, create space to speak with freedom, without judgment. Even if you're just talking to yourself or recording your voice, say, "Right now, I give myself permission to speak badly, to speak freely, to make 10 mistakes in 10 minutes, and to be proud of every one of them." This is called safe error speaking, a technique used by top-level public speakers and language learners worldwide. You don't wait to feel perfect. You train in the real mess of fluency. And guess what? When you allow mistakes, your fear disappears, and your accuracy automatically improves, because your brain can finally relax and perform. Study the English of native children. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Children who grow up in English-speaking countries spend years making mistakes. They say things like, "He goed there." "I run fast." "Why her do that?" But do we correct them harshly? Do we say, "You're terrible at English"? No. We smile. We encourage them. We say, "That's okay. Try again." Now ask yourself, why don't you give yourself the same kindness? You are learning a new language. It is okay to be slow. It is okay to mess up. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be willing. If a child can make 1,000 mistakes and still become fluent, so can you. Think of Google Translate. When it was first released, it made thousands of translation errors every day. People laughed at it, said it was bad, said it would never improve. But Google didn't stop. It tracked every mistake, learned from every wrong sentence, fixed small errors daily. And now, it translates billions of sentences, better and faster than any human on Earth. Why? because it used its mistakes as a teacher. You must do the same. You are not a robot, but your brain learns the same way. Fail fast, learn faster, improve forever. If you're still afraid to speak because of your mistakes, understand this. You are not broken. You are in progress. Your English does not need to be perfect. It needs to be used, again and again, with love, with bravery, with belief. Every time you speak, you grow. Every time you try, you improve. Every time you fail, you move forward. Fluency is not a gift. It's a result. And every mistake you make is a small, honest, beautiful part of that result. So speak, not because you're ready, but because you're learning. And the only people who ever become fluent are the ones who never stopped, even when they were wrong. Step 7. Build the 90-day English identity, so you never go back again. Most learners start strong. They feel excited for 1 day, 2 days, maybe a week. But then, they miss 1 day, they feel tired, life gets busy, they skip practice, their confidence drops, and they slowly go back to silence. And do you know what happens next? They blame themselves. They say they are lazy. They say maybe English is not for them. They give up and carry guilt for years. But the truth is this: you don't need more motivation. You need an identity. Because people don't stay consistent with what they want. They stay consistent with who they are. This final step is not about grammar, listening, or speaking. It's about becoming the kind of person who says, English is not something I do. It's part of who I am. That's what we build now. Let's look at 2 types of learners. Learner A watches English videos, gets excited, practices for 3 days, skips 1 day, feels bad, skips 3 more, stops entirely, tells themselves, I failed. Again. Learner B creates a fixed English identity, doesn't chase perfection, builds habits, not goals, treats English like brushing teeth, even on tired days, shows up, grows slowly, but never stops. Who becomes fluent? Not the talented one, not the smartest one, but the one who builds English into their identity. Now let me show you how to do that in the most practical and powerful way possible. The 3-pillar identity system. For lifelong English growth. Pillar 1. Write your new identity statement. Stop calling yourself a beginner. Stop saying, I'm trying. From today, write your new identity on paper. Say it out loud daily. Here are examples. I am a person who speaks English every day. English is part of my lifestyle, not just my goal. I learn English with joy, consistency, and purpose. I make mistakes, but I never quit. I'm not perfect. I'm progressing. Stick that paper to your mirror. Read it every morning and night. This is your English identity contract, and every fluent speaker has one. They just don't say it out loud, but it lives in their actions. Pillar 2. Create a non-negotiable daily ritual, the 20-minute method. Forget big goals. Forget finishing 5 chapters in 1 day. That creates burnout, and burnout creates guilt, and guilt kills consistency. Instead, build a non-negotiable 20-minute daily ritual. No matter what happens in your life, this ritual stays. Example structure. 5 minutes. Speak 3 sentences aloud about your day. 5 minutes. Listen to 1 short audio or video clip. Same one for the whole week. 5 minutes. Repeat and speak aloud a few sentences from it. 5 minutes. Write your English reflection of the day in 3 short lines. You don't need a classroom. You don't need perfect silence. You just need 20 minutes and a decision. This ritual becomes your anchor. It is your fluency insurance. Pillar 3. Build the 90-day identity wall, your permanent motivation. Here is a secret system used by Olympic athletes, military trainers, and top students around the world. It's called the Visual Consistency Wall. Here's how to do it. Print out a 30-day calendar sheet. Make 3 sheets, 1 for each month. Every day you complete your English ritual, place a big X on that date. Do this for 90 days. No app, no rewards, no followers, just you versus you. This wall becomes proof of your commitment. And here's the magic. Once you complete 10 to 15 days in a row, you will feel something powerful. You will say, I cannot break the chain now. This is who I am. This is how fluency is built, not with information, but with identity plus daily action. Let me give you a non-human example. Think about a rocket. When it launches, it uses 90% of its fuel in the first few minutes, just to leave Earth's gravity. But once it's in orbit, it flies smoothly, with very little effort. Your English journey is the same. The first 90 days are the heavy lift. You'll feel tired. You'll want to quit. You'll wonder if it's working. But after 90 days, English becomes your orbit. You don't force it anymore. It flows. It lives in your mind. You don't practice. You speak. So your mission in this final step is simple. Get into orbit. Don't stop. Don't miss. Don't wait for motivation. Just move every single day for 90 days, and everything will change. If you truly follow this system, you will speak in English daily without hesitation. You will build sentence patterns that feel natural. You will stop translating in your head. You will understand common native phrases and emotional tones. You will make peace with your mistakes. You will feel like English is part of you, not because you are fluent, but because you are free. Free from shame, free from doubt, free from silence. And that freedom is the true meaning of fluency. This is not just the final step. This is your moment of decision. You now have the tools. A mindset that doesn't quit. A system that makes words personal. A way to build sentences daily. A loop that improves listening automatically. A technique to practice speaking alone. A mindset that makes mistakes powerful. And now, a 90-day identity system that turns everything into a lifestyle. This is not motivation. This is transformation. Because fluency is not about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the kind of person who never stops walking. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait for someone to tell you you're ready. You are ready, and you are enough, and you will speak, because you are no longer learning English. You are becoming English. This is your time. Start your 90 days today, and let the world meet your voice. Listen. If you've made it this far in the video, I want you to pause for a moment and realize something. You didn't just watch a video today. You made a commitment to your future. You could have been anywhere, doing anything. But you chose to sit here, to listen, to learn, to grow. That means something. And I want you to remember this forever. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are becoming. Yes, your English may still feel small. Your sentences may still shake. Your thoughts may still come slowly. But so what? You are moving. You are trying. You are still here. And that is everything. Because fluency does not belong to the smartest person. It belongs to the one who never gave up. So if this video gave you hope, if it helped you understand your path more clearly, if it made you feel like you're not alone anymore, then don't keep that light to yourself. Share this video, subscribe to this channel, because this is just the beginning. Here, we don't just learn English, we build a new life with it. Every week, I'm here with you, guiding you, helping you, pushing you. So subscribe now, turn on the bell, and stay with this journey. Not just for English, but for the stronger, more confident version of you that's waiting on the other side. And now, I want to say this from the deepest part of my heart. May your English journey be filled with progress, peace, and purpose. May your mistakes lead to mastery. May your voice grow louder with confidence. And may you never ever doubt that you are capable of achieving this dream. You are not just learning English. You are rewriting your future. Word by word, sentence by sentence, day by day. God bless you. Stay strong, stay consistent. And I'll see you in the next video.